Eric Bischoff!
You alright, mate? It's been 28 years.
The last thing I remember, it was June 1996 and we just beat Monday Night Raw in the ratings. It was a war.
Yeah, it was.
Did we win the war?
From June 1996, you went on a streak of 83 weeks beating Monday Night Raw in the ratings.
Ah, so he won then and put the WWF out of business. That's good. Tell me what happened in between.
So WCW signed Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, aka Razor Ramon and Diesel.
Big signings.
They created the NWO, New World Order, but there was also a third member to that group.
Who?
Hulk Hogan.
Piss off.
It's true.
Hogan in WCW. Yes!
There was a shift. It was one of the most shocking heel turns in history, and WCW was gaining a younger audience and more of an adult-orientated presentation.
I love that.
Then we saw the debut of Sting.
Sting? He was a wrestler anyway.
No, not that Sting. It was like the Crow. This was a new Sting. He feuded with the NWO and helped WCW generate $55 million in profit in 1998.
I'm just made up that Eric Bischoff finally did it. Put WWF out of business. What?
Don't worry. Anyways, WWF changed their ways too and created a more adult-orientated product and called it the Attitude Era.
Attitude Era?
Mate, they started picking up momentum in 1998.
What did we do?
Well, WCW owners Time Warner created a new show called WCW Thunder on Thursdays and added another hour to Nitro.
Okay.
New stars were made like Goldberg and Diamond Dallas Page, DDP, and they also split the NWO into two groups, NWO Hollywood and NWO Wolfpack. It seemed like WCW was very reliant on the NWO storyline.
That's a good thing though, because it was good, right?
Time Warner were getting involved in a lot of WCW, whilst the WWF were flying at this time with The Rock, Stone Cold, Mr. McMahon, and The Undertaker.
Mr. McMahon?
Yeah, Vince McMahon was an on-screen character feuding with Stone Cold Steve Austin. Some people say he was the best heel of all time.
Yeah, that's alright, we got Eric Bischoff.
Kevin Nash became the head booker of WCW. He defeated Goldberg, who was undefeated at the time, and also took part in the Finger Poke of Doom.
Finger Poke of Doom?
Nash laid down, Hollywood Hogan pinned him after literally poking him, became the champion, and they reformed the NWO.
What the hell?
I know. And in 1999, Eric Bischoff was gone.
Gone? Well, gone?
Yeah, bye-bye, and replaced by Vince Russo and Ed Ferreira from the WWF in 1999.
Okay, well, the WWF was doing well at that point, so it must be good that we got them.
Those two were gone by early 2000, and AOL Time Warner wanted to tone down the adult-orientated product that WCW was putting out. Honestly, it was becoming a mess on-screen and behind the scenes.
What happened?
The Giant, Big Show, Paul White left, Chris Jericho left, Dean Malenko, Perry Saturn, Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero left as well, and they all went to the WWF.
Hold on.
Oh, and I forgot to say, WCW signed Bret Hart in 1997 after WWF screwed him.
What?
Yeah, you'd have to look up the Montreal screw job, but he retired in 1998 due to a botched kick by Goldberg.
Damn!
Also, Tony Schiavone put out a spoiler on Nitro because Monday Night Raw was pre-filmed at the time, saying that Mankind wins the WWF Championship. That just made everybody switch over to the other channel.
Just hold on a minute. I thought WCW put WWF out of business. From what you're telling me, it sounds like we're falling apart.
Hollywood Hulk Hogan walked out and quit in 2000. Eric Bischoff quit as well.
What?
Then people were interested in buying WCW.
Buying?
User Media Ventures, working with Eric Bischoff, tried to buy WCW. Eventually, all WCW programming was cancelled and the WWF bought WCW for $2.5 million.
What?
WWF also paid an extra $1.8 million to AOL to cover costs, so the total sale for WCW was $4.3 million.
Oh, nah, that's a joke. That didn't happen.
Shane McMahon literally showed up on Monday Nitro. WWF done an invasion angle. It didn't work because the big stars never signed with the WWF because they had contracts with AOL Time Warner instead of WCW. So they just sat at home and collected a paycheck.
That's not real.
I mean, what would you do? Sit at home collecting millions of pounds every month, doing nothing, or go on the road, working your ass off?
Can't believe it. My World Championship Wrestling. Go on.
Don't worry, there is wrestling on TBS and TNT again.
WCW's back.
No, it's called AEW, but some people do say it's similar to WCW 2000s. However true that is, I don't know.
And what about the WWF?
Well, they're called WWE now. All the big stars did eventually sign for the WWE after their contracts ended, and they're the biggest thing in the world right now.
Well, with no WCW, I better catch up on this AEW thing that you mentioned on TBS and TNT. Like, if it's similar, and I might enjoy it.
Check this video out here. An AEW fan wakes up from a 5-year coma. It'll help you. Oh, you've never used YouTube before, have you? I'll show you.
Do they get good ratings like we did in 96 and 97?
Around 700,000 a show?
Maybe not then. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not.